crazy? I don't want to act that way. I don't want to act that way. You won't. I promise.
Come in. Hi, you must be Mrs. Forrester.
That's right.
Thank you for coming. Please take a seat. Would you like a glass of water, Mrs. Forrester?
Oh, yes, please.
Certainly. Well, thank you for coming in and taking the time to talk about your son, Billy. I appreciate that. Guess the best way to begin is to say that the preliminary diagnosis of Billy is that he has, well, I guess the simplest way to say it is that he has depressive behavior. I would also like to say that I mean, we've only had one session and I've only done a few tests and I've only met Billy once, but I think he's a very nice boy.
Well, thank you. You know, we tried to raise him the best we could.
I'm sure you have.
Are you bored, gentlemen?
I think what is the most important thing for me to say is that, in my opinion, there isn't anything wrong with Billy. I would go so far as to say that there's more wrong with us, with the world around him.
Is it something that we've done?
No, of course not. I mean, as you said, you've raised him the best you could, and I'm sure you've done a fine job. I'll try to explain it the best I can. Your son is highly intelligent and creative. In fact, he's creative and intelligent in every respect that you can think of, and even in some respects that you can't think of. He knows more about chemistry and physics than any teacher will ever have. He's a genius at mathematics. What makes it difficult is that Billy, he doesn't think faster than we do. In fact, he thinks slower, or his brain works more slowly than a normal person's brain, but far more efficiently. The trouble is, if I give you a mathematical problem, you will compute it in your head, just like any normal person would. Billy doesn't compute the answer in his head, he simply knows the answer. The problem is he can't remember the sequence of events and how he reached the answer, so he cannot re-access that information, which makes learning in a structured environment very difficult for Billy. So on some level, school must be very stressful. And I'm sure for him that for him, he must think the school was a huge waste of time. Maybe even torture for him. I don't want to overstate it. Can we go back and explain what you need to do?
I want that book. It's boring. I skipped that book.
If you skip everything, you learn nothing.
From the questions I learned anything either. She gets extra assignments from that book.
Yes, she does. That's because she works hard. She does all the questions. So should you.
So you're wasting her time as well as mine.
Here's the book. If you don't understand anything, I don't even want to hear it.
or anybody else. I mean, in simple words, he's a genius. He could make an atom bomb without knowing anything about nuclear power, and do it better.
It seems more like he doesn't understand the world around him. It frightens him.
I'll get to that. What you need to understand is that such a level of intelligence is very uncommon. Every so often, a child is born with Billy's level of intelligence, with his IQ level. But it's rare. I count myself lucky